Hello and welcome to Bunkered, the first sports programme to bring you coverage of the Irish Paintball League. Coming up, we'll have full coverage with commentary of the final of the Irish Paintball League between Reapers and Escamouche. But before that, Richie Buttle explains how to get involved in paintball, and then Paul Walsh will go through the equipment needed to play.
Paintball has been around in Ireland for about 20 years in the woods. People mainly know paintball from stag parties, group outings, work dues, whereas this is the tournament version of paintball, which has only come big in the last 2 years. Ever since paintballer.e started, there's been an increase of 400% of the amount of participation levels, and hopefully we can continue that trend. The best way to get involved in paintball is first of all check out paintballer.e. That's the home of paintball in Ireland. We have forums, we have chat, we have all the information you need to start off, and we have where you can play, what tournaments are on, and you can find local players who are looking for teams, and that way you can start off, make a team, and then you can go out and play and eventually enter tournaments like this in the IXL. The IPPA stands for the Irish Paintball Players Association. It's a group of players working for players to help develop the sport and each other. We set up about 2 years ago with the aim of setting up tournaments like this, bringing in more players into the sport, and generally making it better for people to get better and easier for people to get involved and start playing tournament paintball. The cost of paintball varies greatly, just like the cost of a car. You can spend €200 on a banger, or you can spend 200,000 on a great car. Typically, to start off for a woods ball, you could be looking at a tip of 98, maybe €150 to start off. Whereas you'll see later on some of our markers, they're up to €2,000 with the whole works. So it's all about quality and your style of play, whether you like woods ball or speed ball. The thing that I find most appealing about paintball is the buzz that I get from it. I mean, you're constantly running around the field trying not to get hit, and you're trying to find other players and hit them as well. The other great thing about paintball is the camaraderie involved. You've got teams, you've got people who you rely on, who you train with. Some people become your best friends. Most good few of my friends I've met through paintball, and it's just a great sport, and it's developing every time. So hopefully this time next year it'll be a lot bigger.
Well, I have knee pads, elbow pads, gloves, and just breathable jerseys and trousers. So really we just have pads because when you're running and you slide into a bunker, you hit your knees. So it's the only thing we have, padding. Footwear, it depends on the person. Some people go out with military boots or hiking boots. I choose myself to wear 90s, just running shoes, kind of AstroTurf shoes. A chronograph is a radar, and it measures the speed of the ball as it comes out of the barrel. So it gives us a reading in feet per second, and the standard that we use is 300 feet per second. So any ball going above that is not allowed. So we try to have, I myself try to get mine around 285, just to be safe, and it's easy to use. The goggles are set to a standard and kind of well below the standard just to be extra safe. Rain it gets into the barrel, and the paintballs don't ever go straight when it's raining. There's certain things you might want to change with your marker, like you cover the holes in the barrel, stops the barrel from getting wet. You can adjust to playing in rain, it's fine. It's great to start at a younger age because you can get more into it, and you're a smaller profile so you can hide behind the bunkers a bit more. Yeah, I started at the age of 16, and it was the best decision I ever made. My parents helped me a lot, and I can't thank them enough for that. They were so helpful. They helped me buy my first paintball marker. I didn't have a credit card, of course, so they bought it for me. They drove me to the paintball site. They paid for it a bit, didn't have a job, and they were just the most helpful people ever. I would love to see more adults that helpful, more parents that helpful.
Hi, this is Julian Mannion.
And Owen Johnson.
And we'll be bringing you today's action from the Irish Paintball League.
But first we're going to take you through the scoreboard and the current standings. Carnage in first place with 400 points, although Reapers and Escamouche do have a game in hand. Risk Factor are now solidly in fourth place, with Wildcards still rounding out last place with 260 points.
Today's match is the final of the Irish Paintball League 2008. Our two teams are Reapers and Escamouche. But first, let's have a recap of the rules of the IPL.
Each match is played between two teams of 5 players. Their objective is to score points by capturing their opponent's flag and returning it to their own start point. Matches are 14 minutes long.
Capturing the flag is made considerably easier by eliminating opposing players. A player is eliminated when either they or any equipment they bring onto the field is struck by a paintball, which then breaks. A player is not eliminated if the paintball hits them and does not burst, or has bounced off something else before striking the player.
If a player is hit and does not leave the field immediately, they will be given a 1-for-1 penalty. This means the player is removed from the field and will also miss the following point.
Each game requires 6 referees, 3 on each side of the field, with 1 referee being appointed as head referee. The head referee controls the game clock and also has the final say in all decisions. Referees call a player out by placing one hand on their head and pointing at the player. A player is clean or is not being hit if the referee points at the player and moves their other hand in a circular motion.
During the games, you may hear some of the players naming certain bunkers on the field. For example, they call the back line, back centre, back right and back left. We also talk about the 50, which is the halfway line, and the 75, which is between these two lines.
Players also use terms to designate sides of the field. The snake side is the side of the field containing the lay-down bunkers, while the tape is the far side of the field. Bunkers have different names depending on their shapes, such as tombstones, moons, cans, and Doritos.
First, let's have a look at the players in today's game. For Escarmouche, we have in the backfield the captain Jim Shields, Dave McCauley. In the midfield, we have Alistair Montgomery, Matt Donnelly. Finally, in the front, we have Patrick Hanby.
Playing for Reapers in the back line are Owen Johnson, Julian Mannion, Colm O'Connor and Chris Davitt, with front players Charles Waters and Dara O'Carroll. Their mids are Sebastien Stevenot and their captain Baptiste Argout.
And it's game on for Reapers versus Escarmouche. This is the game that will decide the winner of the Irish Paintball League.
Yeah, Reapers choosing to double up the back centre with O'Connor and Argout.
And they managed to shoot out the corner. That's Jim Shields leaving from the tape side back.
Patrick Hanby of Escarmouche there, he's on the moon on the 75, just getting checked by the ref there.
Reapers still choosing to double up the back centre. They're keeping that delayed break for quite some time.
That's Hanby breaking out to the tape side moon, but yes, he's just been eliminated as he made the move. Reapers now 5-man to 2 up.
This is a real advantage to the Reapers here. They really should manage to finish this point out quickly with 5 players against 2.
But Davitt trying to make a move from his back right bunker on the tape side, but he gets shot in the process. Stevenot, however, filling in and moving to the 75 right can.
Yeah, here Reapers really should be able to finish this point without losing any more players. It's a 4-on-2 at the moment. We have Mike Patterson in the back, and Charlie Waters takes a shot from the right tombstone there. It's now a 3-on-2. This Reapers are very quickly losing this advantage.
They're being too static. They should be moving up the field at this point, getting better positions, trying to pinch the remaining Escarmouche players. But they're allowing Patterson to move out to the right 75 tombstone.
Yeah, here we see Patterson moving up the field. He's actually doing what the Reapers should be doing and trying to get the better field position. Escarmouche are actually down players at the moment.
Reapers still remaining static.
Yeah, they need to be taking those better field positions and not letting the Escarmouche guys, push them back like this.
And Reapers have just lost another man. That's O'Connor leaving the field, leaving it a 2-on-2. Reapers have lost all advantage they gained from having the 4 men up.
Yeah, it's anybody's game at the moment. Escarmouche have done really well here to turn this point. Going from 5-on-2 now to a 2-on-2. It's anybody's game.
And Escarmouche getting the advantage as Patterson moves up the tape side, dueling with Stevenot, who's in the mirror bunker. That's Argout in the back centre for Reapers.
Yeah, here we see Patterson at the 50 Dorito. He has a real advantage here from this bunker. He can shoot a lot of people. And it looks like he may have shot Stevano. Yep, that's Stevano walking off the field.
And Patterson continues his advance. That's Argu in back centre for the Reapers. And Argu goes as well. Reapers losing a game which they should have had by all rights. But Escarmouche doing very, very well to overcome the Reapers' advantage and take the point.
Yeah, the Reapers have just called the point there, which means that the Escarmouche guys won't actually have to hang the flag. They've conceded the point.
This allows Reapers more time to try and win one back in what remains of the first half.
The Reapers lining up for point 2. They're going to hope to win this point to bring it back to 1-1. And it's game on.
Reapers again doubling up the back centre with O'Connor and Argu.
Yes, this strategy allowed them to shoot one of the Escarmouche players early in the game last time, but they haven't managed it this time.
Both teams still 5 alive. That's Hanvey of Escarmouche.
O'Connor of Reapers here.
That back centre still doubled up, though you can't see Argu behind it.
Yes, both teams still 5 alive. This is Hanvey moving up the tape side.
Waters appearing to have marker troubles.
Yes, he's cleaning his barrel though, having some sort of trouble. Hanvey of Escarmouche.
I think Waters is back up and shooting, but he's asking for a paint check from the ref.
Looks like he's clean though. I think he's clean. He's going to play on. Both teams still 5 alive. This is a very good point. And here's Connor breaking out to that corner. The delayed break from Reapers.
Hanvey still on the 75 can, dueling with Waters. Waters just biding his time, waiting to pop out. And there he goes.
Both teams still 5 alive. This is a very good point. Both teams playing very conservative, very defensively. Nobody wanted giving up this key second point.
And I think Reapers just outside of your screen to the right have lost O'Connor from the back right tombstone.
Yeah, that's now 5-4. Reapers taking the first loss. And it looks like ref coming to check Stevano there. And that's another, yeah, Stevano lost. And Escarmouche really pushing this up, already in the 50s. This is a great move by Escarmouche.
Escarmouche past the 50s at this point, pushing up aggressively on the Reapers. The Reapers are going to have to watch themselves to make sure they don't get eliminated in the next few seconds.
Yeah, it's now 5-3.
That's Macaulay lounging on the ground for Escarmouche. Reapers losing another player. That's Johnson taking a walk from the field in the back left as Hanvey comes up to bunker the last 2 players.
Hanvey shooting the last 2 players there, doing extremely well.
Some choice words from Waters on Hanvey possibly overshooting, but I think that was more that Hanvey was taking shots at the back centre Argu and Waters just happened to be in the way.
Yeah, Reapers calling this point again, trying to get as much time to bring back from the 2-0 advantage that Escarmouche have at the moment. Escarmouche are now 2-0 up in this point.
With little time left, Reapers are going to have to play very aggressively if they want to win.
And that's game on. Both teams seem to have made 5 alive off the break. This is Dundee here on the tombstone closest to us.
Hanvey in the background. Chris David of Reapers shot out from the back left.
Yes, that puts Escarmouche at an early advantage. It's now 5-4. This is Dundee running up through the centre.
A minute to go and the Reapers should probably be less static and more aggressive in moving up the field.
Yes, there's not a huge amount of time left in the half.
That's Argu breaking out from the back centre, moving up to the 75 left moon. Maybe this is the Reapers trying to get up the field and take out some Escarmouche players.
Yeah, both teams here moving up the field trying to take those aggressive positions. Looks like Dundee here is looking to make a move, though he's waiting here.
He's going to have to put in the man shooting at him before he tries it.
Here's his move here. He's moving up the field trying to shoot Stevano there, but he gets shot. Stevano manages to make it out of that alive. It's now 4-4.
4-4 with literally seconds to go as Argu makes a break for the 50 Dorito and Waters dives into Snake 1.
Goes straight to Snake 2 there.
Waters looking to take out Escarmouche players, but it's too little too late as he gets shot. And the point is over.
That is end of the first half with Reapers down 2-0. They're going to really have to make some aggressive plays to get up to those 2 points in the second half.
Yes, they've left themselves a mountain to climb in the second half.
We're at the second half here between Reapers and Escarmouche. Reapers really need to win this next point if they want to stay in this game.
Get ready for the 10-second warning.
10-second warning just being called there.
10 seconds.
Both teams lining up for this breakout here.
Barrels have to be touching or pointing over the start gate before the game starts.
And that's game on.
Reaper is again choosing to double up the back centre, though this time also using the back bunkers on either side, so 4 men along the back line with only one Stevano at the 75 tombstone. The Waters is now bumping up to the 75 left tombstone.
Both teams have 5 alive. Nobody shot off the break, although it does look like Montgomery has been shot out. Yes, Montgomery has been shot out there. That's first kill to Reapers.
Though David of the Reapers leaving not too soon after.
It's now 4-on-4.
Waters bumping into Snake 1. Reapers playing more aggressively this point.
Yes, perhaps trying to do what Escarmouche did in the first half and really aggressively win lots of points. They do need to win this point if they want to stay in it.
Yeah, moving up the field, taking the better field positions and getting better angles on the opposition.
Here we see 2 refs checking Waters. They think he may have been shot, but it looks like he's still clean.
That's Shields of Escarmouche moving into the 75 left moon.
There looks like Waters may have been hit, but it could have come off the bunker. Think he may be clean there.
We'll wait for the ref's decision.
Looks like the refs think he's still clean. Yeah, he's still clean there.
Two players on Waters at the moment.
And he has been shot, yes. Now Waters leaving the field. That puts the advantage to Escarmouche.
Escarmouche having 1 extra man, 3 players to 2. Stevano dueling with Shields as we see Macaulay making his way into Snake 1 for Escarmouche.
Macaulay lying down in that snake play there. Oh, and he's been shot out. Yes, Macaulay leaving the field. Now it's now a 2-on-2. This is a very, very tight point.
Both teams playing very well as we see Shields moving up the field.
Trading out with Stevano there. Yes, it's now a 1-on-1. This point comes down to 2 players. It's a 1-on-1. It's Argu in the back centre.
And Hanvi for Escarmouche moving up the tape side.
Argu staying in that back centre position while Hanvi playing more aggressively, moving up the field, trying to take him out. It's a really tight point that Reapers really have to win.
Argu needing to reload but losing his pod in the process. As Hanvi seems to move in for the kill.
And he managed to take Argu out. That's a great play by Hanvi there, winning that 1-on-1 for Escarmouche. That puts Escarmouche at 3 points. It's going to be very hard for Reapers to come back from this.
Yes, great play from Hanvi there, moving into the open space, not afraid to be shot, but getting the better angle on his opponent.
Escarmouche lining up here. They are 3-0 up. They have a real advantage. They're most likely to win this game.
Yes, this is the second point of the second half.
And that's game on.
Escarmouche choosing to double up the back centre.
Stevano gets shot off the break there. Escarmouche doing very good to shoot somebody early in this game. This is Donnelly here.
As we see Shields moving up the tape side, all the way up to Dorito in one move. That's excellent play by Shields, getting very good field position.
We also see Waters leaving the field.
Reapers now with only 3 men to Escarmouche's 5.
And I believe they've just lost the corner on the snake side. That's now a 5-on-2.
That's Argu for the Reapers on the 75 tombstone as we see Hanvi moving up as well.
This is Shields in the Dorito on that 50. It's a very strong position, this Dorito. If they don't get him out of there, they're very likely to lose this point.
Yes, he's putting a lot of pressure on Argu as we see Patterson moving up as well. Argu receiving a lot of heat from the Escarmouche players. That's Hanvi.
And Escamouche losing one player while also Argu leaving the field as well. It's now 4-on-1 with David on the tape side corner. This is going to be very tough for David to bring this point back. It's a 4-on-1. He's very likely to be shot out very soon.
This is Macaulay moving up the snake. That's David in the back right for the Reapers. Patterson diving into the can there in the center of your screen.
Looks like Escamouche lost the Dorito player. Shields taking a walk from Escamouche. It's now a 3-on-1. David doing very well to shoot him.
David defending well as we see Donnelly moving up into the center can. But Patterson is taking a walk as well. David has shot out 2 players. David could bring this back for Reapers.
He's done extremely well so far to hold them off. They should have easily taken him out by now, but he's playing extremely well. Oh, he takes a shot in the mask though. That's David leaving the field there and actually taking a few extra shots there. He's not happy about that, but doing extremely well to hold them off there. Although Escamouche, of course, with the huge player advantage, eventually shooting him.
5 minutes.
Escamouche lining up here with Reapers taking a 1-for-1 penalty on Waters.
This means Reapers will be 1 man down from the beginning of this game.
And it's game on.
Both teams spreading out along the back line.
Escamouche playing very aggressive there, putting a player straight into the Dorito.
As we see Patterson making his way up to the field, almost to the center bunker.
That's Hanvey in the 50 Dorito there, doing extremely well to get there early. Reapers playing 4 for that previous penalty against Escamouche's 5.
Hanvey still in the Dorito as we see Johnson waving surrender as he walks off the field. Reapers down to 3 men.
Though Escamouche player also taking a hit there. That's Patterson leaving the field as we see Hanvey here still in the Dorito. This is Mannion here sliding into Snake 1, although he overslides that slightly.
That's Macaulay of Escamouche behind the 75 right tombstone.
Mannion in the Snake there with 2 refs on him. Oh, but he takes a shot to the mask. That's now 4-on-2.
Reapers with only 2 men left as Escamouche begin to move up the field. It's Macaulay there in the can. Hanvey trying to make a move up the tape on the far side of the pitch but getting shot out.
Although Reapers lose David in the corner there.
We see Macaulay in Snake 1.
It's now 3-on-1 with Baptiste Argu in the back centre.
Macaulay making his way up to Snake 2. Continuing to put pressure on Argu in the back centre.
Shields and Macaulay looking to pinch Argu there. They're going to move up the field here and try to shoot him.
That's Shields there in the can.
And this is Macaulay here in the Snake. Argu being extremely pinched there. Oh, and he takes the shot. That was inevitable for Argu there. Escamouche did well to win this final point here. They're going up to capture the flag. We'll see if they're able to do it before the clock runs out.
Yes, we just heard the referee's call of 10 seconds as Shields take a leisurely stroll back to their start gate.
And that's game over. Escamouche doing extremely well there and have now become the winners of the Irish Paintball League's first season.
Yes, Escamouche playing very aggressively, dominating the Reapers in almost every point. Reapers only possibly being able to win the first point where they were 4 men up to Escamouche's 2, but still unable to do so.
Yes, 4-0 is a very solid result for Escamouche. And now we take you to the final standings of the Irish Paintball League. In first place, we have Escamouche, winners with 460 points. A very close second with Reapers at 450. They're followed by Carnage with 400 points, Wildcards with 360 points, and in last place we have Risk Factor with 347 points. We're now going to take you to post-game interviews with Baptiste Argu and Patrick Hanvey.
Okay, so the strategy today, we were on defense. We played really defensive at the beginning, and we were not able to move because the Escamouche were shooting a lot of paintballs, and they were shooting a lot of lines, and if you move, you get shot. So they moved down to the field, and we were not covered enough, and we get shot, and that's why we lost all of the games.
Well, we play our strategy the way we want to play it. We play front, back, and middle, and we'll see how the game goes during the game. And if it changes, that's when we start making adjustments. Well, a lot of gun markers, well, they're actually called markers, guns, but we call them markers, taken out of the war. I think a lot of guns up at double reapers. Well, it's a strategy a lot of teams use nowadays, because that means there's a lot of guns shooting at the other team, more balls in there. So it means could eliminate more people, whereas if gun was down.
Yeah, you're able to change the strategy depending on the number of players of your own team getting hit, and also the opponent team. If there is two players hit, then you're gonna change the strategy. If you have like two players you have 2 players left on your team, you're gonna try to cross the field in order to block the opponents instead of shooting straight. If you have really good defense, and if the other team doesn't communicate properly, then yeah, it's possible to beat them. Yeah.
How often do you practice?
It's once a week. Once a week. It depends. If we have enough players, it's every week, and if we're not enough, then every 2 weeks.
We all have full-time jobs, so just basically when we're off, we try to practice at least twice a week. Well, it's a really good event. Like I said, I'd like to thank all the XL members for without them we couldn't do this here event.
I'd like to thank Rory for having all the events down here, and 3 other people, Richie, Owen, and Jordan. They took a lot of crap throughout the year from a lot of people, and still went on with it. Thanks, boys, and I hope you do it next year. Thank you.
You have been watching Bunkered. We hope you've enjoyed these programmes about the country's fastest growing alternative sport. Next season, we hope to be back bringing you full coverage of the league. If in the meantime you want to know more about paintball in Ireland, then log on to www.paintballer.ie.